Hello and welcome to the Bike Century. My name is Ben and today I'm really pleased to be able to launch the 450NK from CFMOTO. Now this is an eagerly anticipated bike. The 450SR, the sports version of this bike, has sold particularly well for us. It's actually powered by a 450cc parallel twin with a 270-degree crank that in this country makes 47 horsepower. So that makes it A2 compliant. So this bike is going to compete with the likes of Kawasaki's 400cc Z and also Honda's infamous CB500F. That's kind of dominated this A2 market for quite some time. So this is going to be the most powerful A2 naked that you can buy. It's literally just arrived. And I'll try and talk you through some of the features of it. Similarly to the 450SR, it's based on 17-inch wheels, as you can see, just a single disc, which is 320 millimeters, and it's also paired to the Zhejiang 4-pot radially mounted calipers. The bike comes with ABS as standard and is mounted on upside down forks. Now the forks are not adjustable, which is a little bit of an oversight I think on CFMOTO's part, but for the most part I think people who are buying this bike are not really going to be worried about that. The front end of the bike is absolutely fantastic. The dampening on it is really good, and I think for most applications it'll be absolutely fine. There's a couple of nice cosmetic parts to mention on this. It's very similar to the 800NK that's just come in, but there's a couple of little aero parts on the bodywork that look really cool. I don't know if you can see that on the front mudguard there. I think that looks fantastic, and also the way that the fairing is inset like this, just to let the air, you know, be diverted around your legs and stuff. Really nice features. You've got LED indicators all around, so front and rear. You've got this sort of mock carbon. It doesn't look cheap and nasty, actually. It looks quite nice. And also on the front end here, I'm just going to show you the headlight. So the headlight cycles like so, with these really nice daytime running lights when you start the bike up. So the engine, as I've said, it's a 450cc parallel twin but with a 270 crank. And in the real world, what does that mean? Well, basically you get a reduction in vibration and pulsing through the rear wheel, so in theory better tyre life, but you do benefit from additional torque and an unbelievable sound. Now if you are interested in hearing this bike, unfortunately it's not got any petrol in it at the moment, but if you click on the links in the description below for the 450SR, there's some sound bites from a bike with an aftermarket exhaust and with the standard exhaust as well. These bikes are Euro 5 compliant, so that means you're going to be absolutely fine going into ULEZ zones if you do use the bike for commuting. With the engine set up and the riding position, I think this is going to be a really good bike for people looking for a daily. So if you just look at the riding position now, sub 800mm seat height, the pegs are quite low with respect to obviously the seating position, and the bars are quite high. So compared to the 450SR version of this bike, I think it's going to be a bit more comfortable on a daily commute or a daily grind. The back end of the bike is very similar to the SR. I believe the tail units are almost identical. By the time you buy this bike, I'd imagine there's going to be a host of aftermarket parts to replace this ginormous tail tidy on the back. Probably seat cowls and stuff like that will all be available. There's another couple of nice touches here. So the actual pillion seat itself is quite a hard wearing leatherette, so I'd imagine if you're throwing bags over it and stuff like that, that's going to wear quite nicely. But the rider seat has got like a grippy texture to it, almost like Alcantara, but a lot harder wearing. And also because the riding position is different to the SR, you sit a bit lower, the front of the tank is quite steep, so they've also added this tank pad on there as well, which is a nice feature. There's a couple of other nice bits to point out, things like span adjusters on both the clutch and brake levers, which you don't tend to see on other models, and also just the quality of finish on some of the parts that are bolted to the bike are really nice. The mirrors, for example, pivot off of this axis here rather than at the bottom on the handlebars, which is really nice, and it'll stop the mirrors from actually coming undone and coming loose, which you see on a lot of naked bikes now. The bike comes in two colorways, this pearl white and also this nebula blue. So the nebula blue one is actually our demonstrator. The blue is a really deep set metallic, which is really nice. It also comes with the matching rim tape, which you can see there, and the NK stickers. I don't really know if this camera does it justice, but you can see that sort of deep set metallic in there. It looks really nice, but only two colorways available from launch. I expect over the course of the next sort of 18 months we'll probably add some more. So to come around this side, just show you the dash. So it's a full colour TFT. It's the same dash as used on the 450 SR. There are a few subtle differences. All the functionality of the dash is controlled using these controls on the left hand side here. Really easy, very user friendly. Effectively gives you all the same information. There's two dash layouts, this which is the classic and a sporty one that you can flick between at will. But you get your temperature, obviously you've got rev counter, speed, side stand position, TC, which is something you didn't see on the 450 SR, so you've got switchable traction control on this bike, fuel, gear position, and obviously your temperature, clock, ODO and battery information at the top there, which is really nice. As I said, you can cycle through using the buttons on the left hand side here, so just to give you the lay of the land. So you've got all of your settings, so you can change between miles and kilometers. You can change the dash layout, brightness of the screen, and some other user interfaces are in there as well. If we go down one, you can see you've got Bluetooth connection, so if your phone is connected you can make and receive calls. You can actually connect two Bluetooth devices to the bike at once. Down one more, this will allow you to connect to the CFMOTO Ride app. Now we believe this is the same as the 450 SR, so it will give you a tracker functionality and it will also give you turn-by-turn sat-nav available on the dash. You've got infotainment, so if you were to listen to music you can do so through here and control it using the switches on the bars here, and then one more and you're back to your settings. So these bikes are £4,999 on the road. That includes a 4-year warranty and 1 year's breakdown cover. The breakdown cover itself gets renewed every single time you have the bike serviced. It's called service activated breakdown, and it's something that's produced by KTM. It's a really nice touch. At £4,999, I think it's going to compete very well with the likes of the Z400 and the CB500. And as I said, the blue bike is actually a demonstrator, so if you're interested in having a go at one, please get in touch. Both of these bikes are available on the low interest rate finance, so 3.9% on HP and 4.9% respectively on PCP as well. And of course on these bikes we'll offer all the usual dealer trimmings, part exchange, delivery and such. That's it for me for now. We're going to do another video on it when it's actually running. The demonstrator will be on by next week, so if you're interested please get in touch. We've got WhatsApp, live chat, all of the social medias. Pick up the phone and give us a call and ask any questions that you've got, or please feel free to drop in and try the bike on for size. That's it from me. Thanks for watching and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Take care.